Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because we are finally trying on some of the new products I picked up and had sent to the house while I was in the middle of moving back from Germany. You guys, we do a full face chit-chatty get ready with me, talk about my trip trying to come home and the fun adventures that I had. But we try on some things, find out what works, what doesn't work. There's some hits, there's some misses, and there's some things that need to be tried again. But you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications, new videos, and if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look, as well as a interesting trip adventure, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, I have a bunch of new products on my table that I've picked up recently and just wanted to dive in, play around, kind of do like a chit-chatty get ready with me. I had kind of hinted in one of my previous videos that I wanted to kind of sit down and talk about my travel adventures coming back from Germany, and I figured what better thing to do than do that today. I have quite a few things in front of me. Some of them you probably saw in the PR unboxing if you watched that. First thing is the Dior, what is this? The Dior 5-color eyeshadow palette in Pink Riviera. So this was a limited edition release along with kind of have a corally luminizer, so we're going to try that out today along with some other new products. The color story on this is gorgeous. These little brushes, I'm not keeping them. I might see if a friend needs like travel brushes or whatnot. They're not my thing, but this is the color story. I don't think we're going to do like the full-blown swatches on arm because there's only 5 shades in here, and I feel like I can capture the swatches on my hand. On top of it, there's no names for the colors. It's just this. So I figure I'd dive in, see what it looks like, and then we figure out a way forward. But there's a dark brown, a light brown, a purpley with gold tiger in it, and then like a light lilac-y like silver, and a really pretty pink, like that pop of color. I think I'm gonna do the exterior and then leave the pink for last. Let's see. The pressings are really pretty, and I don't know if the gold is meant to be like an accent or give a shimmer. It doesn't, like, some of the shades it's not disappearing and then others it is, but then it looks like there's little like gold particles in here, so I don't know if it's like once the gold is gone that gold shimmer is gone. But here's the first 4 shades. So they're a little bit warmer toned. I'm not mad at it. I started in the top left corner and worked my way to the right and then went to the bottom corner and then over to the right. So there they are swatched. And then of course we need to do that beautiful pink shade. Ooh, it's kind of like a Barbie pink. Okay. I don't know if the pink is like the vibe today. We'll see. Maybe like a pop of color right here in the inner corner. Supposed to hang out with some friends, go grab lunch with Jamie and Rob. I think we're supposed to do like a tiki cruise tonight. I still need to pack. There's so many things to do today. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be run ragged and we fly out tomorrow. But those are the 5 shades. Let me prime my eyes and then we'll dive in. Okay, you guys, I just realized, I said I was going to do a chit-chatty get ready with me. And then I turned the camera off. It's fine. I just used my little MAC Painterly paint pot, one of my favorites. I think I'm switching over to that from my P. Louise base. It's fine. All right, so looking at this, I was kind of thinking about what I've got going on today. I was like, I don't really know if I want to use that pink shade. But I'm going to go into this shade right here in the upper corner, grab it on my fluffy crease brush. Okay, so coming back from Germany. Okay, when we come back, a lot of us are flying on the rotator, which is ran by the Air Force out of Ramstein. Nothing wrong with it. It's usually a commercial aircraft, but it's ran differently. It goes through the Air Force. We have to drive down there. I was lucky enough that I got a commercial air because of the day that I'm flying. You guys, this gold in the crease is a little weird. It's fine. It's gonna be a very shimmery eye look today. So I knew that I was flying on United out of Frankfurt. And the Frankfurt airport is only 20 minutes away, which was nice. So instead of driving 45 minutes away and then the rotator, you have to get there early, check in, sit for like 3 or 4 hours. If you have military friends that have ever taken a rotator, they can tell you 1, it's never on time, 2, it's always packed, and 3, you sit forever waiting to even get on the plane and take off because there's like a show up time and then like they still have to prep things. It's a lot. But it was funny because there was so much that happened. So first off, I had to pack up my entire room. So I had my Pelican case that had my filming gear. I'm going to pop into this darker brown shade. I'm going to pop that into the outer crease and the lower part of the crease. We're just going to drop down a little bit. And so I'm packing everything up and I'm starting to realize, shoot, I need another bag. Well, I looked on United's website and for military, we're authorized up to 5 bags, 100 pounds. Like there's a limitation for military, especially military on orders. So I looked up the requirements. Wow, I'm really trying to talk fast and I don't know why. So I look up the requirements and I'm like, okay, I'm authorized to do this. I'm not trying to have that many bags. I came over with 3 suitcases and my Pelican case that had my filming gear in it. And so I still had my 4 and I was like, okay, let me get this duffel bag because I was bringing back some wine and some other things that I'd picked up for family and friends. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, I don't want to leave anything behind. And then if I try and ship it on, like, the post office isn't open on a Saturday. So I had to ship everything out on a Friday. And when I checked out, they closed my box and it's fun. It's fun. Transferring is always chaotic. It's very stressful. And then on top of it, I wasn't just coordinating my transfer. I was coordinating pickups and drop-offs and room and lodging for other people that were coming in. So it was just a lot of moving parts. So the day that I am flying out, thankfully I had like an afternoon flight, so I didn't have to like rush super fast. Guys, this is really pretty. I like the burnt orangey shade. I think I'm going to put this in the middle. It looks like it could be a little bit of a shimmer. So I'm going to pop it on my middle finger. Add some dimension. So thankfully my relief had gotten his license to drive in Germany, so he was able to take me to the airport. And now we're going to pop into this shimmer champagne shade. It's not really a shimmer. And so we get to the airport. I'm trying to like finagle my 5 suitcases onto the luggage cart. And he's like, I'll help you take it in. And I was like, you don't have to. Like, you're going to have to pay for parking because where we parked, like where we were at, was technically not a parking spot. He was like, I'll run in. I'll help you out. I'll come back out. I was like, they tow the car. And he's like, no, it'll be fine. I was like, all right, cool. So he helped me take my suitcases in. Very helpful. Really appreciated it. I'm going to use my little tiny compacted smudge brush to apply the inner corner. And so I get checked in, and of course my suitcases, I have this one big like camel tan duffel bag. It's a military grade bag. It's one of the roller bags that you could literally fit a body in it. Like if I had my knees tucked to my chest, or even just, I mean, I think it's like 4 feet long. I might almost fit in it just not standing up. This is pretty, but I think I need like more of a shimmer. Color's a little weird. I have the Urban Decay. So this is the Urban Decay Glazed Liquid Eyeshadow in Sugar Twist. I've always liked the Stila, like liquid glitters. So I want to try this one out. Let's see what it looks like just swatched. All right, so that's swatched. Ooh, very metallic. I feel like that'd be a fun pop, like right through here. So he helps me get my suitcases in, oversized. And technically the guy should have charged me, because even on the website it said if you exceed weight, you could be charged up to like $200. And I was like, that's the price I'm gonna have to pay, because I didn't have a household goods shipment to send everything home. I had to get my stuff home in my suitcases. And I had been sending stuff home in like from the post office. Like they were super helpful, very friendly, like they understood, they knew. But over 9 months, like you're gonna accumulate things. But the guy at the counter did not charge me $200 per oversized bag or overweight bag. Super helpful, very sweet. He just kind of looked at me like, are you okay? But once I dropped off my bags, and then United in the app, because in United, it's the only one I've ever been able to like mark my bags as military bags. And when I checked them in, they didn't charge me anything for it. Well, then they said, hey, your flight is overbooked. Do you want to check your carry-on? And I was like, absolutely. It just means that it makes it easier, because I still had to get my suitcases when we landed in DC. I still had to get my suitcases from there, go back through customs, recheck them, and then get back through TSA to go into the regular like domestic terminal. And I was like, okay, I've got this figured out. I just got 2 trolleys. I stacked everything very meticulously. I don't know that I need to go back into this to add more, but I'm gonna add a little bit more right here. It's not as shimmery as I was thinking, but it is more of a champagne pop than that one shade. And I'm just gonna kind of see if I can smooth out that edge. Okay, so I went and quickly did this eye. I'll finish my story in a second, but I already have an opinion. This color, this eyeshadow palette, do I think you need it? No. I have more affordable palettes that just have better, like you're buying it for the name. It's cute. I like the pressings and everything. It's pretty. You're literally buying it for the name. The shadows are nice. The ones that I used, and I used all of them except the pink. This one, very little payoff. Like, it's pretty if you want something that doesn't show up. I have palettes that I've spent less on that have better like shadows, color stories, payoff, shimmers. You bought it for the name. I bought it for the name. That's fine. I've never bought one before. I probably never will. That's my thoughts. So far, it's pretty, but I have palettes in my collection that I could have gotten this look with. And then this. I like the shadow. So you know he's up here, right? She doesn't know that Dixon is right under my feet. She's slinking out from her cat tree. Not sure where he's at. And his ears keep moving every time I talk. Doesn't realize that she's about to slink past him. It's so funny. She found him. She doesn't care. He doesn't care about you, 𝐿𝐻𝐶. You can go do what you need to do. He's just sleeping. Come here, brat. Come here. She's like, nope. Dixon, go get her. Go get her. 𝐿𝐻𝐶. Okay, you guys. There was he's stood up and he was like, was that her? And then he wanted to go get her. So we went to go get her and she didn't climb up her tower I don't know if she's starting to come to terms that he's not going anywhere. Oh, she's got her little claw tower. I don't know if you can hear it. It's fine. All right, so my thoughts on this. Really pretty. However, do not store it upright because the applicator, or the little brush, only goes to about right here. So you're gonna have to store this upside down in order for the product to actually be on the brush tip when you want it. Or knock it like this to make sure the product is on the tip. Does that make sense? Anyone else had this and because I had it stored like this on the table, and then the next time I went to go put some on, it didn't seem like there was any on the brush, and I was like, interesting. But the brush it's not that long. If you're talking about where it stops, how much product are you going to waste because this brush does not reach to the bottom of the tube? I'm just saying. Anyone else feel the same way? Anyways, let's move on. All right, so I do have a new foundation. Well, it's a skin tint, but I also have a new primer. And I was like, I don't usually do this, but we're gonna try it because I want to, and I'm about to be gone for a week. So I kind of want to be able to take a skin tint, and I don't know if it's this one or another one, especially because we're gonna be in Florida. And I don't want to have cakey makeup or anything like that. I just want something that's nice and easy and simple. Luke just got back. I think he brought me some coffee. He said he did. Okay, you guys. So Luke has Dixon. He brought me coffee. It's an oat milk brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso. I asked for a grande. He got me it's a venti, right? I don't know that I need this much caffeine. What? It's fine. We will drink it and stay caffeinated today. All right, now onto the Grown Alchemist Skin Defense Primer. So this doesn't have any claims of smoothing pores or getting rid of lines, just skin protecting, skin defense. I was like, all right, cool, we'll try this out. I got it in one of my subscription boxes. I do like Grown Alchemist skincare. So I've gotten a couple scrubs and exfoliators for in the shower. Really enjoy those. I've used a couple of their face masks in the past. Okay, so this is kind of a clear silicone. Oh, it's kind of cool. But it also is probably cool because the container it's in is an aluminum metal. It feels nice. And since it doesn't really have claims to smooth everything out, I do also have my Tarte Timeless pore smoothing primer that I always put right here and right here, because those are always my problem areas and I just want them to be nice and smooth. And we are supposed to be outside tonight. Okay. And 𝐿𝐻𝐶 is so mad. He's out of here now, but she went all the way to the top of her cat tower. She's in the little shark mouth. All right. So now, oh no, let me see. I'm not on my game today. Okay, so it didn't cancel anything out. It does feel really it kind of has I don't think it has a cooling effect. I just feel it feels cool. It feels good. Interesting. We are still going to use my Tarte Timeless. I don't need a lot. I just need a little to go into my problem areas right here. Okay, so I get my suitcases in DC and there's a bunch of people that are like, do you need help? And I was like, no, I got this. I'm really good with puzzle pieces. I can figure out, and I had the 2 luggage trolleys to, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, how they get onto the platform for 5 3/4, something like that, right? If you've gone to the airport or traveled a little bit, you've probably seen one of them. And you've probably seen some families where they've got a bajillion suitcases and you're like, how did you manage to get all of that on that? When you're determined, you can put your mind to it and do whatever. All right, so I got my suitcases on the 2 trolleys and I still have my backpack, but I'm literally walking with both of them next to each other, trying to steer them towards each other, but still in a forward movement. I get over there and the guy just kind of looks at me. He goes, connecting to Norfolk. I was like, how'd you guess? He goes, you got a lot of bags. All right, cool. Also, my tags say ORF, so that helped too. All right, now on to the Makeup Forever Super Boost Perfecting Moisture Boosting Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade 06. When I first opened this, I was like, ooh, this looks like it might be a little bit darker. We're gonna do one side and just see, because skin tints will usually like sheer out a little bit. Looks like a little, and then it's got this little like push thing. I'm like, what do I do? It feels so weird trying to like push it out like a syringe. Okay, well, we'll start there. I don't want to go too heavy and then all of a sudden like it was too much. Okay, let's see. It might be a little darker than I needed. Maybe when I have a tan. Oh, that is really sheer. Maybe we can build it up. It's not horrible, but like I have some stuff coming through right now that I'm like, my skin was doing great in Germany. I was also doing like, my schedule's been weird and I'm trying to get back into my nighttime routine. When it was just me and I wasn't making plans after work or whatever, it was so easy to stick with my like nighttime skincare routine. However, Luke also plans things. And then I'm like, I planned on staying home tonight. And he was like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. So I have not been as consistent with my skincare routines as I used to be. I need to get back into it. All right, so that was just one drop. Let's try a little bit more. I'm also storing it on my table like this, so it makes it easier to like push it out. But I'm just wondering like if it's going to, granted, I do have a cream blush, I have my bronzer, I have my contour, like those are also going to go on. So blush will probably cover this up. It's just, what can I do right now? What does it look like? So the guy took my suitcases and that was it. That was all I had to do. Got back through security, got to my gate. I'm rushing for my gate because I was like, I have like less than an hour. We were delayed leaving from Germany because the previous connection was delayed departing. So coming into Frankfurt, they were delayed. We didn't leave for another like an hour after we were supposed to. They were trying to like catch the tailwind and get us in as close to our original arrival time as possible. Okay guys, this looks like it gave a little bit more coverage. It's not horrible. I don't hate it. All right, we're gonna do the rest of it and I'll continue talking. So I'm hauling butt to my next gate because I'm thinking that it's on time. I was wrong. So I'm thinking it's on time. I'm going to be late. I need to hurry up and like hightail it. And there's other people that are also hightailing it. But this lady, she was going to another destination. I think she was going to like Indiana or something. And so like I'm going really fast, but I still had more time than she did. And her husband or her significant other was like, he was like, babe, come on. And she's like, go and catch the gate. Let them know I'm on my way. I'm like, you get it, girl. And so I was like, come on, like, we'll stay together. She's like, my short legs. And I'm like, come on, I'm not much taller than you. Like, we got this, we'll go. And so like, we're running together and her gate was a little bit further than mine. I was like, good luck. I hope you catch it. I didn't see them like walking back towards the United desk to like get a new flight. So I think he was able to get them to hold the gate. And like, so it didn't help that the West or the East Coast was getting horrendous storms and weather when I was flying in from Frankfurt. So a lot of aircraft coming to DC and then departing from DC were delayed. I get to my gate. I finally like sit down. They're not boarding. We've got like about 10 minutes before that's supposed to start happening. I was like, oh, all right, I made it. I start getting all of my alerts and everything that I hadn't been looking at while I'm like running. And I see something from United saying possible delays. And I was like, okay, well, I start reading my email and sure enough, it was delayed another hour. I didn't need to like hightail it and run as fast as I did because I was sweating my butt off. I left Frankfurt and it was like in the 50s, almost 60s. And I was wearing like my fleece leggings, my comfort sweatshirt, which is really thick and like warm. I was really nice and cozy on the plane. But then flying into DC, the weather is different. It was like 70, 80 degrees there. But I didn't really want to like peel off layers because I was wearing a tank top and I was like, I don't really want to be wearing a tank top right now because it wasn't like, I was sweating my butt off. I was like, you know what? I'll just let my body naturally cool down. We'll see what happens. And that's what happened. So I finally like, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to my audiobook, waiting for them to like call the gate to be boarded and everything. All right, so that's where we're at right now. I don't know if I need to add a little bit more on my forehead. Do just a little bit. And so we end up boarding and there was like a whole herd of people at the gate. And so United called like all active duty to board. And I was like, okay. So I get up, I go, I board, and there's a group of guys and the guy is like, why is she boarding? I was like, cause I just got back from a 9-month deployment. Oh, you're military? I was like, yes. He goes, oh, and that was it. It's fine. Like sometimes people get up and go for the active military. And I was like, you know what? I just want to sit down. I just hightailed it across the airport. I just want to sit down in my seat and just get situated. I don't want to like battle anyone else. So I'm walking down the stairs because we had to go outside to like go upstairs to get onto our plane. And there's 2 flight attendants that they weren't the flight attendants for the aircraft. They were just catching a flight to their next destination. And the girl is like, oh, you just got back from deployment? I was like, oh yeah, I was over in Germany for 9 months. And she's like, you get it, girl. And I was like, oh, thanks. Like it made me feel good. But she wouldn't have known that if the guy wasn't a jerk. I was like, hey, you know what? Like I could have been up there for any number of reasons. They were letting families on with kids. They were letting, you know, people who needed help, active duty, like, and the guy is like, why is she going? Cause I didn't have kids. I wasn't in a wheelchair. I didn't have crutches. And so the only other option is military. I'm like, whatever. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you know what? Sometimes it's none of your business. And that day I was like, you know what? I just want to sit in my chair. I just want to sit down, like put my headphones on and just chill until we take off. So I did. I went, I got sat and everything and things are going. Everyone's boarding onto the plane. Okay, so this isn't new. It's just a new expansion of their colors. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. I used to use medium fair, which is like on its last leg right now. But this one is medium deep. Don't know if I need medium deep, but I figured I would try it out. Like it's brand new, fresh. I haven't even opened it. This contour is so good. Ooh, that might be too dark. We'll just start right there. So we're at the gate and the pilot comes on and he's talking about the weight distribution of the luggage. I was like, okay, like I knew my suitcases were a little heavy, but that's the other thing is like, you got to take into the safety. And so they're trying to like even out the distribution underneath the plane. And they were trying to, we were running a little bit late because of that. I mean, they were already delayed from Pennsylvania coming in because of storms. And then now I'm just slowly building this, you guys. I'm not trying to like go in ham, but medium fair, like trying to build that up takes forever because it is a lighter shade on me. This I think is a better like match, especially when I have a tan. But so finally they're like, okay, we think we've got it figured out. We're going to back away from the gate and then we're going to take off. And we're like, all right, cool. Cause we were supposed to get into Norfolk around like 6:50 p.m. So I still would have gotten home like in time for dinner and like it's time to see the animals and like spend some time with them. That is not what happened. So we push away from the gate. And then the pilot comes on and he's like, so I don't like the weight load, like something shifted when we backed away. So we're going to check the weight distribution again. Bear with us. Well, I'm on the right side of the plane and I can't really see what's going on the tarmac. Well, I didn't know until we got to Norfolk. And I didn't find out until like we got to the luggage carousel. All right, it's starting to come out more. I was like, oh, come on. I usually store mine like this as much as I can when it's on the table. So I'm getting my suitcases and then like there's a bunch of suitcases that have come around multiple times with nothing new. And I'm like, the heck is going on here? Where are my other 2 suitcases? And I didn't realize I was actually missing 3, not 2. And this guy comes up to me and he was like, you're military, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I think they took your bags off. And I'm like, what do you mean you think they took my bags off? He's like, a Pelican case, a big tan duffel. And I was like, okay, yeah, those sound like my bags. And he's like, yeah, they took them off at the tarmac in DC. And I was like, of course, they were really heavy. So freaking, and I was kind of annoyed at that time because I'm thinking, shoot, I gotta go to work on Monday. My uniforms are in that tan duffel. All my military items were in that tan duffel. And I'm like, if I've got to like drive to DC tomorrow, like I'm gonna be exhausted, I'm gonna be tired. So I'm trying to like figure it out. So I go over to like the office and she's like, oh, if you just go into the app and if you like do this and do that. And I was like, it's 10 o'clock at night. We were supposed to come in at 6:50. We were delayed. I'll get to that in a second. But at the luggage carousel, I'm going to go into the Say bronzer. Not new, just grabbed it to like have on hand. So I go into the app. The app is only telling me that I'm missing 2 suitcases. And I'm looking, I was like, I'm missing 3. I was missing my purple suitcase and I couldn't remember what was in that suitcase. It was just clothes. So I go into the app. I don't have the patience at that moment. And she's like, well, there's a number right here. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I get onto, or I call, I'm talking to the guy and he's like, okay, just 2 bags. I was like, no, I'm missing a 3rd one. He's like, oh, we're we're noticing 2. And I was like, I can tell you I am missing 3. So he's like, okay, I'm just gonna need descriptions, and he gets all the information. And I was like, okay, so do I have to like go to DC? He's like, no, they're coming in on the next flight. And I was like, oh, okay, when does that next flight come in? He was like, at midnight. And I was like, I'm not staying at the airport until midnight to get this suitcase. He's like, no, you can get it tomorrow, or we can deliver it. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. I was like, I will take delivery, because the next day, what did I have going on the next day? But I know I wasn't home. Oh, I had an appointment to go get my hair done. I went and saw Maddie. So I had an appointment to go get my hair done, and I was like, geez, no, I'm not going to be here. So they were able to deliver my suitcases, which the airport's right down the road from me. It's not that far. And they just text me and like, hey, they're on their way. They're going to deliver it. Like, is there any particular location? Cool. Oh shoot, I didn't grab out concealer. Looking at how this looks, I think I just want like my YSL or my... We'll do my YSL All Hours. This one's like a nice thin, it's not super like heavy. And then my Huda Beauty setting powder. Ooh, I also need to do my blush. I'm trying to clear some of the stuff off my table. Usually I have a little like container on my left that I put the products that I'm using. And since I've been talking, I haven't been putting them over there. So they deliver that. Well, okay. Like I said, we were supposed to get in at 6:50. However, we did not get off the plane. So we got in an hour late. And then on top of it, we were having some issues with the catwalk. So the first one we get to, like, they're trying to line it up and everything, and they're like, hey, it's not working, so we're going to try and use the next one. But we'd been sitting at that gate for like probably 30 minutes while they were trying to figure out like why it wasn't working. So then they move us to the next gate, and we're sitting there for probably another 20 minutes. Mind you, since we were already at a gate, we think we're getting off. Other people had jumped out of their seats, which there's a reason they tell you to stay seated until they tell you to like stand up. But everyone that stood up, which I did not, I was still sitting in my seat because I was by the window. And I had someone like immediately next to me, so I couldn't go anywhere. However, everyone else that had like shot out of their seat to get their suitcases and stuff had to sit back down, restow their gear, because we decided we were going to move to the next gate. And so we had to wait for everyone to restow their stuff, and then we had to get permission to like turn the engines back on and move away and move over. And oh, it was so funny. And Luke texted me, he was like, I thought you said you landed. I was like, we did. He's like, where are you? I was like, at the gate. He's like, are they holding you hostage? I was like, no, nothing's working right now. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm about to ask them to open the door and see if I can like do a gymnastics move to shimmy out of their ground. Because I had started flying at 10 a.m. in Germany. And then that flight was like 9 hours, 8 hours. It was a long flight. I was lucky enough that I was able to upgrade to first class. I looked in the app, they had it for a severe discount. I was like, ooh, I paid for it. And I was like, mine, dibs. So I ended up getting a lay down seat, which was nice. I ended up taking a nap. Was not jet lagged when I got back. I was just exhausted and tired. And now we're gonna go into the YSL Make Me Blush Liquid Blush. I have mine in the shade 44. It's like Nude Lovalier. I can't remember the shade name. We're just gonna do boop, boop, and see what this looks like. Cause it's not like a super intense shade, so I don't feel bad doing that. But so we get over to the other gate and everyone shoots out of their seat again. And the pilot comes out of the cockpit. He was like, I need to face you guys face to face. Like, I'm not gonna hide behind the door. Like, I just need to tell you, we're all locked in here together. And we're like, what? He was like, this gate doesn't work either. And I was like, oh, like, you start hearing people just booing. He's like, they deserve it. I understand. I'm booing them too. Like, he was kind of comedic relief. It was fine. But Luke is like, where are you? Mind you, we landed at like 8 o'clock. We sat at one gate for like 30 to 45 minutes, reloaded, restowed things, and then moved again. Oh, that's really pretty shade. I really like that. I feel like I could build it up if I wanted to, but we're gonna boop, 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 boop. Because I did 5 dots on this side to get that. So we'll see what this looks like. So we get to the next gate and he comes out and tells us that we're all locked in together. And we're like, what? And he's like, just to let you know, this gate doesn't work either. So now we're gonna go and try and find stairs. And we're like, you can't make this up. You literally cannot make this up. You could try. It was just, so we spent like probably an hour and a half, 2 hours on the tarmac at the gate, like trying to like figure out a way off. And then to find out that I was missing 3 suitcases because they just deliberately left them behind. It's fine. I got my suitcases the next day by the afternoon. I had my uniforms and everything for work on Monday. It all worked out. I was not super happy about the whole thing at first. I was really annoyed. I was just like, what? But then I was like, wait, I had the heaviest freaking bags. Like, I can't be super mad. Like, at first, mind you, I've been traveling all day. I just want to like get into my bed. I want to see my animals. I was annoyed. But it was a little like regional aircraft. Doesn't have a lot of space. It's fine. I got over it. I wasn't happy about it in the moment, but United took care of me. They made sure my suitcases were delivered to me. They emailed me the other day and I have a $50 credit per suitcase. So I have $150 for like my next flight or travel or whatever. Like, they tried to make it up. So I can't be super mad. I was annoyed at first, but like, it happens. Travel's been weird lately. It's fine. But I was like, I need to share this story. Like, anyone else had some fun travel adventures? All right, you guys, this is what the makeup's looking like right now. Like, the tint has definitely fallen into the lines. We're gonna have to smooth that out. I'm gonna have to smooth out the under eye. I'm gonna have to try it with another like primer. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not going on travel with me. Like, not at all. It also doesn't help that I'm doing a Chatty GRWM with me, so like my facial expressions are super animated right now. So nothing is gonna be smooth. You guys, I almost just stabbed myself in the eyeball. I did also have to buy a new suitcase because somewhere along the travels, I don't know if it was between Frankfurt and DC or DC to Norfolk or Norfolk to my house, but somehow one of my wheels, and I can't be mad, this suitcase has lasted a long time. My purple suitcase, one of the ones that got taken off in DC, one of the wheels like imploded on itself. So like, while it's full, it's just like got a flat wheel and it will not roll. It just kind of leans and I'm like, it's fine. But then when it's empty, it rolls no problem. And I was like, oh, this is going bad. But I've had the suitcase for like 15 years. Like, I bought it before Mo and I moved to Japan. That was 2013. Yeah, 13 to 16 we were in Japan. So I bought this suitcase in like 2012, 2013. We're gonna stamp out my forehead because it's not looking pretty. So like, yeah, I could claim the wheel was broken or whatever, but I did not expect it to last 15 years. So I did not file a claim because also like, I don't have the receipt for that thing. I bought that in 2012. It's had a good life. It has seen a lot of countries, a lot of airports, luggage carousels. Like, it was time for a new one. And I also needed a bigger one. So I just went to TJ Maxx Home Goods the other day and Luke is actually mad at me. Not because I bought a suitcase, mad that I didn't buy him one. So he forgot his suitcase on the boat. So he's like, I'm not going to the boat to get it. We've got other suitcases. And I'm like, all right, cool. But I also know I have a lot of travel coming up. And I'm like, I need suitcases. I need a suitcase for upcoming flights. And I don't get the matching suitcases. Like, if I'm going to pack 2 suitcases, it's going to be 2 of the same size. Like, I don't like the large one and the small one and the carry-on. Like, it's fine. They don't all have to match. But I try my hardest to just fit into one suitcase. For a week, I can manage that. If it's not winter, if it's not like sweater weather, I can manage that. T-shirts, shorts, easily fit for a week in my purple suitcase, which was like a medium-sized travel suitcase. All right, my skin's looking better now that I've like put my setting powder on. Still don't like this, but whatever. I wore my hair down. I'll be able to like cover the sun shield. It's fine. Let's finish off the eyes real quick. But I went to TJ Maxx and I found, it's from Lucas. Really good luggage brand. I've used them in the past. It's funny because the colors that they had, and I was like, oh, I don't really like that. I pick up this, like, apparently I was talking really long. So I picked up I was trying to figure out what color I wanted. I'm going to start out and go into this one right here. I'm like looking at the shades of this suitcase and I'm like, I don't really like the colors. So I ended up grabbing the green one. I get out to the car, and granted, I know what color my Jeep is. It's Earl Grey, which is kind of like a seafoam minty green. It just depends on the light. Like, it has different shades in it. Literally ran into someone yesterday who's like, who has that Jeep outside? And I was like, what? Like the green one? And she's like, yeah, Earl. And I was like, yeah, the Earl Grey one is mine. And she was like, me too. It's like same model, same everything. Like, got into a whole conversation at the brewery. It was funny because everyone's like, who's about to get assaulted? It But very sweet. We were talking about the Jeep and everything. But it's funny because I'll walk out to the car with the suitcase. It's the same color as the Jeep. It's fine. I was talking to Emily. I was like, so I accidentally bought a suitcase that's the exact same color as my Jeep. And she's like, everything should match the Jeep. And I was like, that's extreme. All right, we're going into the shade right here. But I was so excited. One, I love going to TJ Maxx because I can find stuff that was like, so the suitcase had its original tag. Like if you were at a department store, what it would have been, it would have cost $280. I got a 28-inch, like the large suitcase for $90. Like, I cannot beat that. That is a steal. Switching into my little compacted smudge brush, just deepening up this outer corner a little bit. Not too much, because I didn't use this in the original like application of it. I just want it to be there. It was just funny, like her reaction when she saw the Jeep, and it's funny. Jeeps like have their whole like Facebook group pages. Like if you have a Jeep, you understand. If you don't, like, and you've got friends who have Jeeps, it's just a whole thing. And I love the culture around them. Like when you wave to each other, it's just a Jeep thing. Honestly, like you'll hear everyone say that. Or the ducks. I walked out of a bar after Super Bowl 2 years ago now, and there was this big glittery duck on the hood of my Jeep. And Luke was so excited. He was like, we need to take a picture with it. And I was like, it's not going anywhere. But that big glittery silver duck is in the dash of my Jeep. And I get so many comments. They're like, that is ginormous. I was like, and it was given to me. The duck thing, Duck Jeep, there's a Facebook group on that people are a part of. You'll see people post pictures like, you made my day with this, or someone will leave like a little note with the duck. Like, you just pass it on. If you see another Jeep, like I'll go into my dash and I'll grab one and pass it on to them. Like, it's just a thing. No ill will, just like, hey, I hope you're having a good day, here's a duck type of thing. All right, so we got that done. Now I do have my luminizer. So this is in the shade Coral Glow. Like, part of me is like, this is supposed to be a blush topper, but then part of me is like, no, it's meant to be a highlighter. So I guess the pressing in it is really pretty. You got the tiger. Oh, I'm not trying to like smash the crap out of this. Ooh, that is really pretty. So we are gonna see what that looks like. Oh, that'll be a really pretty highlighter. Okay, and it's got gold glitter in it. Ooh, okay. We're gonna put that in the inner corner. I'm gonna apply it to my brow bone. We'll see about the brow bone. If I have to lighten it up, I do have my Dior Backstage Glow Palette. I used it yesterday, so it's just chilling on the table right now. But it's funny, you guys. So the suitcase now matches the Jeep. I got a steal on it at TJ Maxx. Like, if you ever need a suitcase, just quick and in a hurry, and you don't want to spend a lot of money. And yes, I know $90 is not always like in everyone's budget, but it's better than $280. And then like not knowing if it's gonna last. I was looking at a couple different places around town, and I was like, just looking at like the hardware or the zippers or the wheels. Like, I just didn't feel like some of the ones that like I was finding were up to snuff. And I was like, you know what? Let me go check TJ Maxx. I was on my way to go and get my nails fixed because I cut them all down. Okay, that's really pretty. It's got like a pink hue to it. All right, let's see what we can do on the cheeks. This might be going with me to Florida for sure. That is pretty, you guys. It's got like a gold hue. But if you ever need to replace a suitcase, one, do your due diligence. So the one that I got also has like a 5-year warranty, and I just have to go on their website and register it before we travel tomorrow, because I don't want to take a flight and then it get damaged the first flight. Like, I understand like things happen, but if I just bought this suitcase and it gets damaged, I'll be annoyed. Either the suitcase company is gonna pay for it or the airline's gonna pay for it. We're just saying. Okay, that's where we are right now. I need to do brows, liner, mascara. I don't have anything new in those categories, and I definitely told you guys the story about what I really wanted to tell you about my travels coming home. So let me jump off here, do brows, liner, mascara. I will come back for lips and the final look. Okay, you guys, I've already lined my lips. I did my Makeup Forever Wearable Walnut, one of my favorites. And then we have the YSL. This is the Loveshine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss, and it's in the shade 06. It's one of the, like, I want to say it's like a espresso in the name, but it's got the brown with the glitter in it. I've been loving these tones, and it's not usually my thing. I usually don't go for like brown lip liners and brown lip glosses, but the Huda Beauty Faux Filler, she had released one during the, I forgot the collection that it came out in. She had one that was similar to this shade, and I was like, let me try it. And then I really liked how it looked. So I did Wherever Walnut because it's very similar to my lip color, but a little bit more of like the brown muted tones. And then I figured this shade on top to see. And it looked gorgeous. When I saw the ads for this, I was like, ooh, that shade looks stunning. Like in the fall, this would be like the prettiest lip combo. Like the deep, dark brown lip liners, that's not really my thing. I have picked one up and like tried out a holiday lip combo that I saw on TikTok. And I like it, but it's not like an everyday thing for me. Really pretty, really juicy. I can see some of the glitter particles and I'm like, oh, let me dip back in and see. Like I did one dip. That was it. So this is the second dip and we'll see if we have more glitter. Definitely some more glitter now. And there's like, it's pink and silver. That is really, really pretty. Very intensely juicy. Very slippy. Okay. I don't know if this was like the lip for this eye combo. Maybe something a little bit more muted down. Later on tonight, we're supposed to be out on the water, so probably not wearing lip gloss later. Ooh, I can feel like the plumping effect. It's not cooling. It's got kind of a tingle. Anyways, let's discuss. This is the final look. I have some thoughts. There's some hits, there's some misses. The eyeshadow palette, I picked it up because I was like, oh, I've never picked up one of their palettes before. Let me try it out. It's not my cup of tea. It might be someone else's cup of tea. I like the colors. The colors are pretty. But for me, it doesn't make sense. Granted, I have so many different eyeshadow palettes in my collection. If I was just going to go and pick up one or two palettes and not spend a lot of money, it wouldn't be Dior. I do like their products that I've picked up in the past. Like the Luminizer's gorgeous. I really like the shade that I have on today, and I didn't make it overly intense. I'm pretty sure I could build it and it just be in your face. I feel like the Coral Luminizer definitely complemented this eye look. I really like the shades that I got in the eyeshadow palette, but for the price point, if that's not your thing, don't spend the money. There are other palettes out there that I could definitely recommend. Urban Decay has a Naked Heat, which has similar shades to this, which has more shimmer. And then just definitely some other options. The Urban Decay Liquid Shadow, really pretty. Just know that you need to store it a particular way for it to, like, as it starts to like get low or whatnot, you're going to need to be able to tap it out or store it upside down so that you can actually get the product out because the wand is not long enough. The lips, ooh, it's not like the duck lips from, what was it, NYX, where my lips felt like they were on fire. Like I would just use a habanero as like lipstick. But there's like it's not a cooling tingle. It's like a peppery tingle. I don't think I've ever used one of the YSL plumping lip gloss oils. We will see. Let's see. Luminizer I really liked. Primer, I'm not sure. I'll try it with other foundations. The skin tint, I don't hate it. My skin does look really nice, but I do need to try it out with a different primer and see. I don't like how it's like falling in right here, and I don't know if that's a primer and I don't know if it's a foundation. But we will try, we will see, and I will let you guys know. Now, like Lawless, the faux filler foundation, that one, I returned it. The day that I wore it, Luke and I were at Winefest, and he was like, something's going on. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you kind of look crusty. And I was like, no girl wants to hear that. And he was like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, your makeup doesn't look like it normally does. And I'm like, so it looks bad. And he was like, I don't know what's going on with it right now. Well, we're outside. It was warm. Right around here, my lip was sweating. And it was pushing through the foundation that it looked like a cracked porcelain doll. And I was like, no. Luke wasn't trying to be mean. He was just being honest. I'll see how this foundation wears. I'm pretty sure he'll tell me if I need to wear something else. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Have you picked any of these up? Are there any new products that you want me to try out? I will try them so you don't have to. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.